I don't even know what my face looked like there, but I'm sure it was terrifying. And welcome to the National Meat Pleasure Podcast with your host, Sasha, AKA George Foreman. I wonder what he's up to. Have you used the George Foreman grill in a while?
I have not in a long time. I've only ever used it a couple times, actually. But they're really nice. I like them.
I left mine at my old apartment, and it's not as easy to clean as a pan. So
right.
Yeah. You're just cleaning a two-sided pan that's shaped weird and has electricity in it. So it's
definitely a little...
It's not too much of a vibe. But he got us with that. That shit was the hotness for like 5 years.
Yeah, a lot of people have them. A lot of people still have them. A lot of people, they last long. It's a good product aside from like it's not like a bad product aside from like having to fucking wash an electrical appliance. Like the fuck.
Yeah, that shit was not as smooth going with the cleaning as it was advertised, but you live and you learn.
Yep. And it is your boy Thriller from the 3, aka Pee Wee Herman, R.I.P.
Rest in peace to the god. And rest in peace to Angus Cloud of Euphoria fame. That's pretty tragic.
Wow, R.I.P. Who was that? Who I didn't watch Euphoria, but he was a character on it.
Yeah, he was a character on Euphoria. He was only 25 years old. Apparently, his father passed a week prior, and he was not dealing with it well. Mm-hmm. We don't know that it was suicide. Obviously, they don't say that. Which, I mean, maybe this is a hot take, a lukewarm take. You should tell how people died, especially, post-COVID. Like, we got to know what's going on,
I don't know about that. Like, if it's private, it's private. But,
I mean, the death is pretty public. I feel like the reason, unless it was something like you didn't want his legacy to be, but like if you,
that's a lot of times. Like niggas overdose.
If you imply it's suicide, just say that. Maybe I'm being too weird. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like people pass, and it's just like, well, how did they?
Yeah.
But like if it's like an 80-year-old man, nobody asks questions. Nobody asks how Pee Wee Herman died because he was what 70, 79, 80 years old.
Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah, I don't know how he passed, but I mean, he was born
he had cancer. He was a lot, I think, younger than that. He wasn't like dumb old.
I think he was 1953. He was born.
Oh, I'll tell you right now.
He was pre-civil rights.
He was 70. He was 70 years old. Which is
old. He
old.
was born pre-civil rights movement. So
yeah.
We don't have too many questions there.
Yeah.
But
cancer. Secret battle with cancer.
And starting on that morbid note.
Maybe sometimes people, maybe they're not sure yet. Maybe they're trying to figure out, like, did he overdose on purpose? Is there a note we gotta find? Or did he just take too many? Maybe niggas ain't sure. I could see it going that way, too.
I feel like, too, like, if you're a famous person, I don't know how grimy they get at, like, TMZ or the tabloids or the Shade Room, but I feel like if you don't say it, people are going to investigate so they have more news to report. And True. I feel like you got to write the story before somebody writes it for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're not in it's weird. I feel like we're not in the tabloid days anymore, but, like, we're in such a fast, crazy news day. Like we're not getting lies of like, is Will Smith having gay sex? Like,
right.
In the National Enquirer, but we're getting like way more news than we need.
Yeah,
that is accurate, but some of it's just like not news, and I don't know. It's just a weird fucking time we live in. But I've been concerned about you lately. How's your mental health, Joe?
It's honestly, my mental health is good, but some days are better than others. It's a struggle I know a lot of people go through. A lot of people I know all going through. I feel like you've been more high spirited recently than past times, just in your tone and your eyes. They're brighter a little bit. But I just had to check in. Just to make sure my assumption was correct. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes if I get up early enough and I get to mix the caffeine with the THC, boy, it's like Adderall and positivity at the same time. Have you feeling like that, man? It's nice. It's nice. But yeah, no, I've been doing well, working on a lot of stuff, doing a lot of things, having a lot of fun, reading some books.
What are you reading?
I'm reading The Creative Way by Rick Rubin. It is a dope book so far. He's like a guru. And that shit is cool. Shit is cool, man. Shit is cool. I like it.
I was so sick the other day because actually I heard about that book pretty recently, and then I was like, I don't know what Rick Rubin does. And his whole job is it's vibes. Like that's literally his job.
Dead ass. I like that he has that video that's like, I don't do anything. I just tell you what I like. Well, this is just my taste. And that's really what a producer is. That's what a producer is.
But he doesn't even produce
music. Yeah. Well, no, what I mean is because he did produce, he produced Run DMC and the Beastie Boys. But not production as in like beat making production, because a lot of producers existed before beat making. There's a difference between beat makers and producers. A lot of beat makers are producers. There are some beat makers who don't, because the producers are the ones who can have an idea or a filter, but they also have to be able to articulate it and assist in the process. Because I know a lot of people that have good ideas in the moment and they be thinking they can do shit. It's like, all right, so do it. Oh no, you can't do your idea. So you're just a good idea. Fuck out my face. All right, that was unnecessary.
So basically, Rick Rubin is essentially a guy who had a job and then retired to be a consultant, essentially.
Type, yeah.
At the highest level.
Yep. He helped build Def Jam.
What a fucking life. Fuck you, Rick Rubin.
I don't. Did he retire? Did he have a job and then retire and then do that, or I don't know his history.
I don't know, but you're saying he was a producer for some legends, and now he's just like, I'm gonna tell you if this track is popping or not. That's a consultant.
No, that's what a producer is. I mean, at the same time though, like a producer pretty much is a consultant, or a director is a way you can consider it too, because you get a couple musicians who you guys get together, you guys have some good songs, you guys write some good stuff, but there's some things that I think I could add to it that could really help take you over the top. Let's work on writing your transitions better in the songs. And, I want to go to this studio because I know these engineers. I know they record really well and they've got some good gear. I think your sound would sound really good, through this kind of amp on this kind of microphone. And I got the hookup for it. Some producers are like, I'll pay for it up front. And then, you get the money in the back end. Or, sometimes it's like, you got to pay the nigga $50,000 up front. I'm like, all right, I'll go into the studio with you, tell you what sucks and what doesn't suck. But I don't know, man. Honestly, I realized as I've gotten older and more, not age has nothing to do with it, but more experienced in music as a independent music creator and learning more. It's just like everything is a fucking product, and you can sell it. You could just be like, yo, you can negotiate anything. That's the thing. That's what I meant. You can negotiate anything. And that's why I'm like, yo, if I get big music contracts, I'm like, nigga, we negotiating healthcare. Like, yeah, I want my residuals, I want my masters, and I need $11.99. I need to get my teeth. I need my cleanings, fucking CAT scans, MRIs.
I think there is a certain type of healthcare like that's made for entertainers. Like I think there's like a program for that. I heard somebody talk like it was like a rapper and a comedian on a podcast, and they both talked about having the same healthcare because it's like it's kind of like a healthcare for 1099 employees. Right.
I get that. That totally makes sense. Totally makes sense, man.
But you want the label to give you the healthcare.
I mean, maybe. Like, I mean, maybe the label can maybe I can just convince them, look, this is how much that costs for me, so throw an extra $50,000 for the project. I don't fucking know. I don't know. We'll talk.
Do you think a label... I was thinking about that, actually, because it's like, when you sign to a label as a rapper, the label gives you an advance, not really so much for music, but also for the look. They want you to have the big-ass chain, the makeup, the hair. But if you're a rapper who has cancer, Is the advance all for like your cancer treatment? Like, do they get that in writing?
If you got cancer, they're not signing you. Like, I mean, you know, maybe quick little 1 album deal, depending on how long you got left. But
they're not going to let you survive. They're going to be like, no, you got about a year.
Yeah. You can get this album done in a year, right? See, that's the thing, right? They say, see, the labels give you that advance, right? And you need to have that image, but they don't give you that money for that image because that money is supposed to fund your project and the recording of it. So if you want to keep any of that money, you have to, like, I guess, try to record your project for cheaper than the advance and then keep the rest. Or you can take your advance and spend half of it on jewelry, and then now you have half the budget and need to record your album in less than the best, or maybe that's enough for you. I don't know, you pull it off and then you got your chains and your album. But you got to turn in a project that's going to return on investment. So that money, that advance, is an advance, not a bonus, not a signing bonus, not free to do whatever. That's like, this is the money for your project. And
I feel like they would put on for cancer, though.
Yeah, I think so too. But at the same time,
because they put on for niggas that go to jail, right? Like when niggas go to jail, 6 months into their career, the label is paying for your lawyers. No,
you get dropped.
What's YMW? The murder nigga. Yeah. What's his deal looking like? He's been on trial for like 3 years now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's independent or some shit. I'm pretty sure that shit don't fucking matter. But
and this is why, if you're a rapper, if you're a creator, have a couple albums in the pocket just so you can release them while you're locked up and or going through chemo, so you can get some income while you're going through life's trials and tribulations. Knock on wood that Ice Spice doesn't get cancer or anybody like that.
Yeah, man, that would be terrible.
That would be fucking tragic, bro.
That'd be tragic. That'd be tragic for sure.
Tragic new paddock. That's the thing they're saying in the city now. Shit, tragic new paddock. How do you feel about, are niggas saying my heart in Long Island? Staten Island?
My heart? I don't believe so. What's the context? Like, how does this make sense in context?
It's I mean, I've only heard it in like Bronx, Brooklyn teens, but basically like my heart is like, you know, like that's my bro, that's my heart, like that's, and people are like making fun of it because it's like that kind of sounds gay, bro.
See, I've heard that in the early 90s. Like if you listen to old Nas albums when he's shouting people out, he does that. He's like, yo, shout out to someone, that's my heart. I've heard that before from old heads. That's some old New York shit. And you know, I guess things come back and yeah, kids are gonna call you gay for everything. I mean, kind of does sound gay, but like, you know what? Maybe that's what we need, you know? Maybe that's what we need as a society.
We need a little gayness right now. I remember I told a nigga one time, this nigga tried to call me gay one time, and I was like, if I sucked the dick today, I'd still be better than you and still be able to bag your bitch. And I feel like he was the type of nigga that like, you can tell he never called somebody gay and like they didn't like immediately retaliate or like they really took it
right.
They really took it somewhere. They never went the other way with it. They never went like,
yeah,
I'll suck your dick right now. What you mean, bitch? And he was like genuinely like kerfuffled. Like he was confused. He was flabbergasted.
Oh man, good old heteronormative insecurities.
Good old heteronormative insecurities, good old cancer, good old advances, good old everything out here. So your mental health's in check. Yeah. Your music's in check. Yeah. Tell us about the beat packs you're sending out. I see you're sending out beat packs for free to people. What's the scheme in there? What's the?
Yo, honestly, bro, I was actually having this conversation with someone today. When it comes to the content, for me, right now, I'm just trying to offer value, you know, to collect emails, to contact people. But I'm in a little bit of a weird place with it because, you know, the people that free beats can value, that's a very kind of niche group. And I want to provide other value because I provide other value as a content creator, you know, like, because there's this, and then a lot of the instrumental music, which I've got some stuff coming out. So I'm going to use my email to market that. But it's like, you know, how many of us use Spotify and Apple Music? You know, Apple Music is one thing. You can add music to Apple Music from your computer, but like if you use Spotify and I'm sending you MP3s, you can't get those into your Spotify. So it's annoying because I have music that is going to go up on Spotify, but it's not there yet. I mean, there is shit there. For one thing, niggas can go there, but it's not there yet. Like the new shit, you know, like, so if you're just a Spotify fan, basically I'm saying I don't want to only try to be marketing to rappers right now, but I have a lot of people who support off the rip just for supporting. So they're signing up, you know, for the emails. And I'm like, damn, y'all niggas are just listening to this real quick in the email. And then like, that's it. But the idea, honestly, is, you know, if you are a content creator or an artist and you have a use for music, whether you're going to put some stuff over it or use it in your content, you can take it and do whatever you want with it. It's funny because I always think that, you know, oh, who the hell, like beats are everywhere. They're so limitless. They're so very easy to get. But I forget that a lot of people are really stingy about their shit because niggas are corny. And I think they have the wrong perspective, but that's an opinion. So like, you know, I'm not going to go crazy on that. But like some people want to hold on to their art so much. They're so attached to it. And it's like the point of my art is to be heard. I need anyone to hear it, and one way to facilitate that is to send it to people and let them use it because niggas be so worried about, oh, they're gonna steal my idea. First of all, so what are you worried about, like them making a bunch of money on it and you not? That's silly. Second of all, a lot of these, you think these niggas gonna get rich off your song? Like nobody's gonna hear the shit. Third of all, if any of that stuff does happen, that only benefits you. Shit is great. If it's good enough for someone to steal and it becomes famous, that means you're in a good place. But I'm putting my art into the world for people to use, hear, and see. And then, of course, eventually it's like maybe I'll have enough people on my email list where some rappers might want to buy. But the point really is get enough people so I can be like, yo, you can buy beats here, but you can also check out the podcast, listen to some beats, check out my brother's music. But that's weird to market to those different audiences at the same time. So I'm kind of trying to figure that out. But right now, if you're a content creator or a rapper, you know, you're getting some beats in your email. And who knows? Well, where we go from there. I'm just trying to add value to people for free, you know? Because we need free shit.
And you are a valuable individual. Speaking of your brother, when's he dropping more music?
We're working on some stuff. We don't have any dates yet. We're working on a couple things, you know, since our last project.
Actually, no. When's this nigga going on tour? I seen this nigga posting sexy on the gram, shirtless. Yeah. When is this nigga going to go on a little small East Coast run? When's that happening?
We are still in the process of building our network of promoters and venues. So, if anyone out
303 BAM, if you haven't checked that out. 303 BAM on the gram.
If you book shows or have hip-hop nights at clubs or something like that, you know, or you work at a club and, you know, they do little performances, hit your boy. Get us while the prices are low. Because you can get it for free right now.
How you think you would do on tour? Have you ever been on tour?
Absolutely not. No. I've not been on tour before. I don't know how I would do. I mean, it depends on the kind of conditions. Because, you know, it's like, am I going on tour, 8 niggas packed in a van tour? Or, you know, like, we got a couple cars, like, you know, because I know it can get hairy. It can get sticky on the road. And I don't want to have to be an adult all the time. I don't want to have to be the adult, you know? So, stay my black ass at home.
I went on tour once. It was with my friend's band. It was like a quick little, I don't want to say like 5-day tour. For them, it was like a longer tour. And then there was a festival on the 5th day. So I went with them for the 5 days, did the festival. Then I went home and they continued on their tour. I got to say, as a 36-year-old man, that shit would be ass. But I think I was like 26 at the time, maybe 27. That shit was crack, bro. Like, it's just me, 5 niggas I fuck with, packed up in a van like tuna. The sleep was ass. The sleep was terrible. There was no... Because it wasn't no, like, oh, let's stop at a hotel this one night. You know what I mean? It was we drive in,
van.
we play in the show, and then like not even sleeping in the van. Like somebody is driving, and the rest of us are sleeping maybe, and then somebody's waking up in the middle of that drive to switch off with like there's no like let's just park in a Walmart and chill and get comfy. No, somebody is always moving. I can't even imagine like a tour bus thing is like. I've been on tour buses. Like they are cramped. You can't shit on them.
Yeah, like that's so trash. You gonna shit at the venue? You gonna shit at the venue? Oh man, you end up like not having a good shit at the venue. You know, one of those where it's like, I feel like I didn't get it all out. Now you gotta hop on stage, not feeling your best. I guess as a a musician, you just gotta eat ice chips on the way to the show. You know.
And let me tell you, 5 niggas in a van. I don't care how clean you are. It's just gonna smell, bro. Like niggas just like emit a scent. You know what I mean? Like, and when it's 5 different ethnicities, and were we all different? I think we were all different ethnicities, different scents. It's different mixing. Oils. It's. And the thing is like it don't hit you till like the last stretch of a drive. You know what I mean? Like that 7th hour on the road, and it's like, what is that? That shit wakes you up too, bro. You what is that? Like you be it's. I can't even imagine doing that at my age. I like it simple. I like my couch. I like my bed. But shout out to anybody who's in their 30s van touring. You a true soldier. You a true G.
Yeah. That is commitment. Were you showering? Did you have opportunities to shower?
I want to say no. I don't remember how we washed. Was it 5 days or 3 days? I feel like we did like a gas station wipe down with some baby wipes. Oof. No, I'm sorry. We did stop at one person's house and we all got to shower. But like that is, again, one shower amongst 5 niggas on 5 days. 6 niggas. And it wasn't luxurious, bro. But it was fun. It was good times. It was a good experience to have. I think everybody should have like a weird experience in their life. Like I was saying in our other group chat. Was I saying that in my other group chat? I don't know where I was saying this, but I was saying like if you're wherever you're from in your life, you should go somewhere else for some extended period of time because it really like just shows you a different side of reality, right? And I want to know, are you gonna have like an experience like that in the near future? Are you gonna like get out the city for a while, or go on a weird tour, maybe even like a weird vacation, weird road trip? Like, what life altering moves are you planning to 2024?
Honestly, just financial ones and professional ones. I was lucky. I've been lucky to have kind of had like a couple. I had in my youth, in my younger days, in my childhood, I did a lot of like vacations in like in nature with a friend's family for years. You know, I'd always go hiking with them or to stay in a house, you know, upstate or in a different state or in a different state or in a different state. And then, you know, I went away to school for a year. That was really cool. It was really weird. So I've seen a couple different things, so I'm kind of like chilling now. But I'm not really chilling. I'm just like rooted in working, honestly. Yeah, that's my bag, is getting my shit up there.
And get it up there, you do.
I feel like there are some there's some little things I might do, you know, small trips outside the city. I would like to take a couple trips to Texas, see some friends.
Didn't you just go to Texas?
Oregon,
pretty recently?
maybe. I'm still.
What the fuck is in Oregon?
No, I was in Florida.
I feel like you was in Texas last year for your brother, right?
Weed?
Or am I tripping?
I was in Texas last year around my birthday. And then I went to Florida this year, right before my birthday. Or
you going to Oregon for weed, though?
Some shit like that.
Is there not enough weed in Staten Island?
Yeah, but see, See, so Oregon is part of, some parts of Oregon are part of the Emerald Triangle. So the weed that's there is, the freshest weed. But is that why I want to go? Actually, and I'm gonna keep it a rack. There is someone that I know from Oregon who, I'd like to link up with. I don't think they're on that type of time anymore. So
this is a woman.
Yes. Yeah, they're definitely not on that type of time. I have no connections in Oregon, actually, except for my old plug. Shout out to my old plug. Last time I checked, he was in Oregon. He might not be in Oregon anymore. He could be somewhere else. I hope he's somewhere else, on the move like he usually doing his thing, living his life. Good dude, man. Shout out to my plug.
Booty got to be crazy for you to consider going to fucking 2 time zones away.
Yeah, you're right. Imagine getting there and it's disappointing. Oh, that sounds like that's a rough.
Disappointing, and you're jet lagged. You just up till 5 a.m.
Sad.
Sad. either whack nut or a nut you didn't get because she's apparently quote unquote not on that type of time. So like you're just in Oregon.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not. Look, I'm not flying out without a confirmation number. I'm not booking until we got shit lined up. So we're aligned in our intentions. And vibes.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of niggas. I mean, I think there's a whole movement right now with the passport boys, right? These niggas are taking trips to DR and Thailand, thinking the women out there are better, which is so nuts. It's so nuts to like book a flight out of the country for pussy when like you live in a place. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Like you don't live in a hole, or like you live in a apartment. You live in a city, maybe even a town, but you live in a place where women exist, and you say this. Even if you're in a town of 1,000 people, you all of them curved you. Nutty, bro. Nutty.
Well, isn't the idea to use the clout of being from America, the leg up that it gives you? You go over there. Oh, I'm from America, so these bitches automatically gonna fuck. Which in some places is the case, and that sounds dangerous. I don't think it's a good idea, but I know that's what people do. I mean, that's what I would do. I would leverage the fact that I don't know.
See, that's the thing though. Like, niggas don't even do their research. That's what's crazy about it. Because it's like, you think, oh, I'm going to go to DR, and because I'm American, I'm going to get all this play. But it's like, a flight to DR from like most places in the East Coast is like $140. Like, American niggas are not new. Like, there's whole resorts full of American niggas and European niggas. Like, in fact, most of the resorts in DR are owned by people in Europe, like Germany and whatnot.
Right.
So, like, you're going to get the first world country flex for real out there. Maybe you'll get that in like Thailand, but like, I don't think you got Thailand. I looked up a flight to Thailand once. It was like $2,000.
Yeah.
So, and this was, I think it was $2,000 during hurricane season. Like, that's not a short or cheap flight. Like,
yeah.
So the fact that you think, oh, I got this American clout. Also, like, don't go out there thinking you got American clout if you don't even look American good. You know what I mean? You don't look like Captain America. You don't look like Guile from Street Fighter. You look like Tyrone Biggums, thinking you gonna get some crazy, like, I'm an American, give me your ass. Like, no, you look like a third world ass, hungry, dilapidated boy, because you work at the Amazon warehouse and they're working you too hard and you can't put on weight because
you're burning too many calories.
Is crazy.
You're burning too many calories.
The checks are too low and the work is too high. You know what I mean? You living off 2 lean cuisines a week, thinking, oh, I'm gonna go to Egypt. You know what's funny too? I've seen somebody say some shit. I think it was Egypt. They were thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get it how I live in Egypt. I want those traditional, Mother Africa women. Again, you're not new in Egypt, and parts of Egypt are much richer than here. So you might be broke in Egypt. You might be rich here and be broke in Egypt.
Yeah, Yeah, you're gonna get arrested. They're gonna send you away. They're just gonna lock you up because you're a pauper. You're a disturbance and a nuisance. Gonna be in Egyptian jail, sweating for multiple reasons.
Egyptian jail is crazy in a sarcophagus and shit.
Yo,
thought you was gonna get some. Thought you would get some pussy. Now you a mummy.
Now you a mummy. You wanted mommy energy. Now you a mummy. Stupid ass.
Exactly. Are you getting booty out here? Is the question. I think that's what the people want to know.
Look, the people can mind their business. All right. Look, nigga don't kiss and tell. These niggas drill and tell. I don't even kiss and tell. You feel me?
Yeah, and I'll say this again for the podcast because it's happened before. Stop DMing me asking questions about Joey. He's right there. He's in the same app. He's in the same Instagram app you DMing me on. Why y'all hitting me up asking questions about, like, somebody hit me up last week. I forgot to tell you, they were like, Joey's single now? I was like, ask
you know what
him.
It is? You know what it is? Here? You know why they don't want to hit me up about it? Because they know, right? If they hit me up, I'm pulling up to their crib. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up with a bottle of wine. No, I'm pulling up with some Casamigos. Because I'm a tequila man. I love tequila. So, I understand. They want to entertain it in their mind. They don't actually want what I have at the moment or whatever. They're afraid.
They can handle the
understand. Girth. Yeah. No, you know what? I just feel like I might be able to create some stalkers, We're going to find out. We're going to see.
I'm honestly surprised you don't have, like, have you ever had like a stalker or like a weirdo girl have a crush on you? I feel like, especially in Staten, you're prime meat, man. Like you're a good looking dude, and you're a good looking dude, but also like not a lot of dudes look like you on Long Island. So I feel like you've had Staten to have Island. Had. Yeah. Why do I keep saying Long Island?
I don't know. That's weird. Can you be talking to Devlin in our other chat? Shout out to the bros. I don't know. You say that, but I'm a virgin. I have had no sexual experiences in my life, and
life is crazy.
I'm willing to try some new things, ladies. I'm willing to kiss on the lips.
Bro, don't ever blow a kiss at the fucking mic ever again. That was nuts, bro. That was nuts. That sent a chill down my spine.
I've done that before, and your reaction was the same. I'm glad it's consistent, See, ladies, look, he said I sent a chill down his spine. You don't want none of these problems. You don't want these fucking problems, girl.
Bro, like, nah, I feel like you definitely probably have a Staten stalker. It's probably, if I had to guess, you definitely have a coworker that masturbates to you, for sure.
That would be disturbing.
And now you're like running through your coworkers in your head thinking like, who would be and who would I be disgusted by if they were?
Yes. Some of them. Yeah. You know what? Never mind. There might be one. There might be a valid one. Yeah, there might be a valid one. I'll let y'all know next week. I won't. I'm not gonna find out. I'm not gonna ask. Because that is workplace harassment. That is workplace harassment, and that's how a nigga will lose his job. A nigga lose his job. And that's not gonna happen. I hope not. God forbid. Not over that.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. You walked into work. Hey, me and my boys were talking about like who we think masturbates to us at work, and I feel like you might. What's up with it?
What's up with it?
You were staring at me a little too long yesterday for no fucking reason. Yeah. I see you at the corner of my eye. What's up with it?
Yeah. You don't have to hide. See you looking at me, holding that cucumber. Don't lie to me.
And you're girthier than the cucumber, for sure.
What about you? How's your mental health, brother? How's your mental health?
My mental health is an ever-changing roller coaster. On this job search, it's draining. It's draining namely because, so I have a little chart over here of, kind of a pyramid of my goals and how I can achieve them. And, I kind of started, basically the bottom rung of the chart is options for new work, right? So I'm kind of rolling through the options of like kind of career paths I can follow. And I've been kind of noticing that like so here's the thing about my job, right? My job gave me a chance. That's basically what it is. I have nothing but like manual labor type experience. But my job kind of changed it's a corporate sales job basically. And they kind of changed their ethos about who they hire. So up until a couple of years ago, it was pretty much, hey, you got out of Wayne State University down the street, come work for us. Pretty much straight pipeline, right? Then they realized, hey, anybody can do this fucking job. Let's start diversifying because there's too many white people in here. And there still is, but you know, but they're white people of more ages. It's not all like 22-year-olds. So they gave me a shot, and I am doing pretty okay. You know, as far as the market is concerned. But I've kind of played myself because I've been applying to positions that are maybe not like an upward move, but like a lateral move. But like for me to do a lateral move, other companies would have to have the same ethos of like, we're just going to give people a shot. Yeah. So as I like go down the rung of lateral opportunities, it's kind of dawning on me that like I may need to go back to warehouse work of sorts to, you know, get back to the land. And that's been draining on me because, you know, you can only, I mean, it's been, when did I start applying for jobs? April, May? It's been thousands, probably a cold 1,000.
Damn. Hey,
thanks for taking the time to apply to us, but, you know, we regret to inform you. And then, you know, you'll get like a slight spike when you get like I'm on the 3rd round of interviews. Oh, never mind. Or, you know, I love when companies give me the initial call and they give me the rundown of the job and the job is paying way more than I thought. And then they're like, all right, we're going to set up something with our hiring manager, which is like, who are you if you're not like, why am I talking to you?
Why did you call me?
Like, you're just some nigga who works there telling me about the job. Like, what was the, like, if any recruiters listen to this, what is the point of that initial call as opposed to an interview? Like, this is not like, we're all on LinkedIn. The whole rundown of the job description is there. The pay is there like half the time. You know, the duties, the responsibilities. Is it remote? Is it the requirements? What the fuck do I need to get on a call with somebody? And it's not like they just call you in the middle of the day and talk about it. Because that would be fine. That's no skin off my back. No, they email you to set up a call that you then have to set time aside for, to sit and talk turkey for 15 minutes, then wait for the hiring manager to reach out for an email, then get set aside time for that. It's just like, what was that extra step for? You wasted both our times. So, and those people don't like, and the thing is like, when you interview, they tell you you didn't get it. But with the fucking like initial call, they just ghost you. And then you have to reach out. And like, if you have an interview, you can reach out for feedback and learn something at least. Mm-hmm. But with the initial call, you just, hey, you know, I was hoping to hear something, you know, by Thursday about an interview with the HR. What happened with that? Nothing. Like, I feel like I'm on fucking Tinder again. This is ass. So the highs and lows of the job search, mostly lows, have been kind of weighing on me. And I recently got 666 tattooed on me. Shout out to TikTok. That came up after 2 years on TikTok, I made 3 years at this point almost. I made $180. Decided to get tattooed. So I got tattooed with a 666, which everyone's like, is that demonic? But I got it with the lucky like slot machine font. And I got it like that because 666 is my lucky number. But then I like looked it up because I was like, I don't really know what the 666 means, right? I don't know. And the demonic thing is like, it has something to do with Julius Caesar. I don't really remember, but it had nothing to do with the devil. But then like people, you know, when you Google that, the angel numbers, quote unquote, pop up.
Right.
And the message was like that 666 means that like abundance is coming, but your value is not the abundance. you are you regardless of what you have and what you don't have. Right. And whatever you need will come, but you can't like be a worrywart in the middle of it, because you'll only push it away. Yeah, so that's why I got that on me. I was like, wow, that's really... Because at first I was like, is getting 666 tattooed on me kind of corny? But then I was like, oh, like this was like a message I needed at a time where I really needed it. Fuck it. So every time I get like a little slumped, I look at my thigh and I'm like, no, shit's not that bad. I'm just get back on LinkedIn and do that. So my mental health's been kind of an up and down roller coaster because of that. It's just an up and down of like, I suck, I can't get a job, but also... it doesn't really matter because my apartment's cute and things are fine right now, but also I want to get out of here. Like the weekends really fuck with me, bro. The weekends fuck with me because it's like when I'm at work, it's like, okay, at least I got something to fucking do, you know what I mean? But like when I'm on the weekend, I'm about to start Uber driving too, just to like, I just registered my car to Michigan for been here for almost 3 years, and I've just now registered my car right here.
And now you're trying to leave.
And I'm trying to leave, but I'm like, I have to register my car to get on Uber. So I need to just like stay distracted on the weekends and, you know, get to more money, get to more abundance. And in a very worst case scenario, I'm going to rack up off Uber and side hustles and just get out there on my own dollar and see what happens. But, you know, that's been an up and down roller coaster. And, you know, one thing too, and I know a lot of New York niggas don't get this experience, but living alone really forces you to like face a lot of your demons, especially when you're in my position, because for me, you know, I've lived alone on and off most of my adulthood, but I also spent most of that adulthood filling the space with people and things that really didn't benefit me in the long run, right? Girls, you know, whack former friends, or people who like are still friends, but like, did I need to hang out with you that much type niggas, you know what I mean? So like, and now, because I'm making like a conscious effort to not be outside, it's kind of forcing me to face a lot of my own demons, a lot of my own insecurities, a lot of my own wants and hurts and faults. And, you know, it's like a shadow work, I guess they call it. But a lot of New York niggas don't get that experience because a lot of New York niggas do not live alone because it's grimy outside, bro. Yep. It is expensive as fuck outside. And inside. You can't even get a home and stay in it. So my mental health is kind of all over the place because of that. But I mean, overall, better than when I got here for sure. You know, like I said, I got to Detroit in a very, very dark fucking place. Obviously, you know, when you pick up and move out of the blue on a moment's notice, you're not in a good place. So overall, better than it has been in the last few years, but still not as good as I would like it to be.
I hear that, man. I hear that.
You know, I feel like people always chase goals, accomplishments, money, degrees, accolades, but I am so obsessed with chasing peace of mind. I'm just so obsessed with being able to just like wake up and go, fridge is full, roof's over my head. This roof is putting this roof over my head is not eating me alive. You know, like I don't have to go to the grocery store and steal. You know? Yeah. So that's truly what I'm chasing in my mental health journey. I think that's why I get so mad at capitalism and like niggas spending frivolously, because like, were the $500 Amiri jeans, or was that peace of mind for you, or was it just some jeans that you're not gonna wear next year?
Right, just some jeans. Just some jeans.
But the Target Goodfellow is never going. Actually, this is not Goodfellow. This is Hanes. This is even a lower rung, although a much more comfortable shirt. Hanes most comfortable pack. Oh my god, it's called the most comfortable pack. Niggas did not lie.
They're not lying. They're not lying.
Realest shit they ever wrote, bro. Because I remember I seen the pack at Walmart, and I was like, niggas got to be capping. Because why would you put so much sauce on it? But I was like, it was like a $14 for like 2 shirts, 3 shirts. I was like, fuck, I need a new black shirt. Grabbed the pack, put it on. I was like, oh, this got polyester in it. Oh, this got a little spandex.
Got a little stretchy.
hugs the arms very beautifully. This shit nice.
Yeah.
They never cap with that one. There was no cap in their rap on that. Haynes was moving very legitimate when they made that shirt. I don't know if Amiri does the same, but I can't imagine a $500 piece of clothing doing that for me. You know what? I remember the funniest shit. Every time like niggas have a moment where they don't necessarily all right, when niggas have a moment where like they don't necessarily like regret spending money, but like niggas are surprised. I'll give you this example, right? I was at a concert with my boy, and he had the blue and white off-white ones, then like the baby blue ones, and he bought them like $1,500. And this is not a nigga that should be spending $1,500 on anything. This is a nigga with no car, with no bitches, with no roof over his head, like just lives with his parents still, like fucked up teeth. Like of that $1,500 could have went to so many other places, right? Mm-hmm. So he had those on, and he had some sort of expensive shorts on, and he had who's the rapper that died? Fredo Santana?
Fredo Santana. Yeah.
Fredo Santana. Had that t-shirt on. We go to this concert.
R.I.P. Fredo.
R.I.P. Fredo. This is like 8 months after he died. And we go to this concert, and 30 compliments on the t-shirt. This nigga's sick. He's like, bro, I'm wearing $1,500 sneakers. And niggas is complimenting me over this $15 shirt. This shit is whack. Like, he didn't even like the music no more. He was no longer a fan of the music because niggas didn't put respect on his little orange tag on the sneaker, bro.
Right.
And moments like that, I'm just like, or like there was an interview with John Cena. You know, John Cena been rich damn near 20 years now, damn near my whole life. And he was on a podcast, and somebody was asking, you know, he got mad cars, he got mad cribs, he got mad deals, toys, whatever. Somebody asked him, what's your favorite car to drive? This nigga said a Honda CRX. And the podcaster was like, nigga, that's your everyday? He's like, that's my daily, bro. Like, what you mean? He's like, yeah, I got this, that, and the third. But you know, I don't know car names, but he's like, if you fucking pull the clutch wrong on the McLaren, you're stuck. You can't weave in and out of LA traffic in the McLaren. But the Honda CRX, we're moving shiesty, bro. He's like, I'm going everywhere with that. Yeah. He's like, it accelerates beautifully. It handles amazing. And like, niggas was flabbergasted at that. The fact that John Cena, Mr. Multi-million-dollar TV deals, HBO shows, wrestling, rap, drove the Honda. Yeah. And so with that, I like to remember things like that, to remember that like peace is about peace of mind, not about piece of peace. Piece of peace. Thing.
Yeah, piece of thing. That's a fact, you know? It's very easy to, you know, I remember talking about this back in the day, I think, to become desensitized to large numbers, you know, like $100,000 a year doesn't sound like shit when we hear about athletes or entertainers or companies that make hundreds of millions. You know, fucking Jeff Bezos being one of the richest people in the world, Elon Musk being one of the richest people in the world with like, you know, these billions of dollars. And it's like $80,000 a year? Never hear me complain. Day in my life.
Bro, niggas don't like
$80K a year off of my own business or my own couple streams of income? What? Well, we spending vacations in French whorehouses, bro.
And you know make it work. You know what's so crazy? Like the number $1 million, right? Is such a crazy number that people don't even like do the fucking math for real. First of all, if you are like we'll hear, oh, Ice Spice got $1 million advance. First of all, half of that is taxes. Once you pass like 400 grand, half your money is going to the government. So she's really only got 500,000, right? And niggas will think, oh man, like I need $1 million. Bro, you make 57K and you make 57K with a roof over your head. I'm not shitting on 57K, but
Right.
you're like, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be in the studio all the time. I want to fucking, my whole TikTok is about my business, and I'm drop shipping. I'm doing this, bro. Have you ever considered maybe getting promoted at your job to 72? That's your rent for the year, by the way. Like, niggas don't ever do that math. Like, if you 57K with a roof over your head and you bump up to 75 and you're not spending it on Amiris, that's your rent for the year. Yeah. Your rent is now taken care of. But niggas don't think about 72 or and then it's crazy because, like, you'll get niggas who flame girls for being nurses. They thought about what 72 means. Mm-hmm. They was 19 years old going, what should I do with my life? I'm going to do the nursing program for 2 years, and I'm going to get 72 out the fucking door. And 72, I'm valid. And I got plenty of opportunity to get to 105, to 170. Like, niggas don't do no fucking math, and everyone wants to be some fucking type of millionaire, and it's just like, y'all don't even know.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even know what tax bracket you're in. Y'all don't even know what percentage of your income is taxes, and you're talking about I want to be a millionaire. Like, you don't even.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people who. One thing a lot of people do is fuck their life up with children, and because I know a lot of people who are young and like don't have kids who are getting like these good city jobs, and they're living swell, you know. I know a lot of people who aren't thinking about that 72 getting there. I mean, it's because they're not making 57 with a roof over their head. Like, when I look at how much I make, like, and I get a lot per hour. When I look at how much I make, I'm like, bro, the fact that I am above water is unbelievable. Like, I mean, it's no longer unbelievable because, like, I was splitting rent with my ex-wife, and then now I am saving my money living at home. Like, that, of course, I was above water because, like you said, niggas can't live alone in New York. I live in Staten Island, can't live alone. I mean, you can if you got a really poppin' job, and you're gonna be overpaying though. Like, you know, the value isn't really there. Living in a basement apartment type shit for $1,200, like, not having your own entrance, like, man, shit rough. But I do know a couple people, you know, who doing it right. They getting it in. I know what I'm gonna do my best to do is to not have children, cause Pops was telling me the other day, he was like, hey man, it's so fucking easy for you right now because you don't have kids. And I was like,
that's
you're
crazy
right.
because that's your father.
Yeah.
Like, he's looking at you with hate in his eyes, like, it's so fucking easy for you.
Nothing but regret and fucking resentment. And they're like,
he's looking you in the eyes and smacks your brother, like, he's like, it's easy for y'all out here. I don't want no fucking grandbabies. I got enough of y'all.
Thinking about all that could have been. Instead, now you got a nigga making beats in one of your rooms in your house, asking him what his plan for life is. And he's like, these 808s, Pops. These 808s gonna take us out the hood, Pops. You hear my beats? It's like, nigga, if you don't get off your ass and get a fucking real job. I'm like, I have a real job. I work in a store. I work retail. Which, honestly, is a very real fucking job because of the shit people I have to put up with. But I get to meet a lot of nice people in the world, and I'm focusing on trying to meet more of those nice people of the fairer, finer sex.
Speaking of the fairer sex and of the money conversation, I just want to give a quick shout out to my girl Juanita. I love her story because it's such a, you know, there's all this narrative that a job won't ever take care of you. And that's very true sometimes, you know. Jobs don't take care of you. Sometimes even your trade might not take care of you, you know. I work in trucking logistics. I work the corporate side of trucking. And, you know, a lot of truck drivers, they're selling their trucks right now because they're not getting paid the same way they were during COVID. They're upside down on these expensive pieces of equipment to maintain. But, you know, a job, a trade, it may not take care of you, but my homegirl, Juanita, New York, born and raised. She worked at Starbucks, bro. Worked at fucking Starbucks for however many years. And then Starbucks said, hey, do you want to open and manage a couple of stores? She said, bet. She didn't jump ship. She did that. You know, it was putting on for her for a while. Then she said, you know, I want to work at a smaller operation. She worked at a different coffee place. Weirdly passionate about coffee. Actually, no, last time I talked to her, she didn't drink coffee. She drank tea, but that's a whole nother story. But she's passionate about serving the people. You know, being a barista, you know, people drink their coffee. They need their coffee. It's not like a... Coffee at this point, with how many side hustles everybody has, it's not a luxury anymore. Like, people need their caffeine. They need their Java. They need it with the almond milk, too, because they're lactose intolerant. She's serving it out. Yeah. She's serving it out because she likes to serve the people. And serving the people has rewarded her because, you know, she went to this other smaller coffee roaster, and then Starbucks asked for her back for not necessarily six figures, but pretty fucking close. Wow. So, you know what I mean? They we don't hear these stories often enough of people like working, like really going into a job. I mean, like, and it's not necessarily the people's fault that we don't hear these stories, because like a lot of companies do lay off, they do fuck you over, they do put you through too many hours, they don't let you have off for bereavement or injury or the healthcare and shit. But at the same time, like, it's so okay to be like a normal fucking person. Like I'm on TikTok, and it's like I'm getting so less involved with TikTok because, you know, social media used to be about your friends, and now it's like every fifth TikTok shows you an ad. Mm-hmm. And then every third TikTok, it's somebody trying to sell you something or promote their thing. And now TikTok has shops. And, you know, shout out to anybody making money off their passion from the TikTok shop. But at the same time, like, I'm so sick of being advertised to all the time. And then there's niggas that are like, they have businesses that are real estate or this, that, and third. And then they're like on podcasts trying to give you game and sell you a course. Like, bro, you already got the 6 Airbnbs, dog. Like, can't you just shut the fuck up? like, you know what I mean? Did you need a YouTube channel and a course? Like, how much more money do you need? You're already showing us your accounts that, oh, my Airbnb made $6,000 this month, and I made that shit in my sleep. I pay somebody to clean my Airbnbs for $200 a month, and like, we all need to get back to serving the people and just kind of, I mean, I know it's not our job to rebuild the middle class and rebuild working men, but you know, I feel like if a lot more people gave a fuck about it, you know, at least there would be, but everybody, like, you know, we live in an individualistic society. Like, everyone's out for themselves and not out for the everyone. That's the American dream is real, but it's also, there's value in other things than being the like this massive capitalist. I don't know. There's value. There's like we posted that one TikTok about how, you know, I want the AI to take our jobs so we can get back to like real jobs, and I ended it with like making pizza, and somebody was in the comments like, this motherfucker said real jobs and then said making pizza, laugh emoji. Bro, do you not eat pizza?
You think making food isn't a real job? Bro, without food, guess what happens? You die, bro. You literally fucking die. It's the bit, nigga. Food, really? Food. You gonna say food ain't a real job? That's crazy, bro.
Not only food, but pizza is what? Comfort food. It's literally food you eat that makes you feel good. There is no other measure. There's no like nutritional value to pizza. It's just something you eat and go, this was simple, this was easy, it came right to my door, and it's filling my gut with all types of serotonin from the cheeses and the greases and the little tiny sugars and the pepperoni and the carbs. Like, it's literally food meant to make you feel good, and people are shitting on shit like that.
You know what that means? That means that they must, as a society, Americans specifically, and, you know, and I'm sure in a lot of other places too, you know, we take so many things for granted. Like, I'm sure that person, maybe they do, maybe they don't, but we love pizza so much, but you can get it everywhere. We take it for granted. that we don't value the person that made that thing for us. But that person made that thing for us. Like if you made pizza, if you were a nigga making pizza, would you not want a living wage or to have a life to be able to, you know, look down on a nigga who makes things that people eat, this comfort food that makes us feel good? That's really crazy. That's really crazy. Especially because, you know, you were talking about serving the people. I started watching the show The Bear, and it really made me think differently about, you know, like serving people, the amount of work that goes into serving someone, the work that goes into a kitchen, and like, you know, it's hospitality. Like, in this cruel, harsh world, you have this thing that makes you feel good and provides nourishment. You know, shit on the nigga that makes that for you? That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's nuts.
That's
and
crazy.
And then we still get arguments about, like, should we tip? Should we not tip?
Like,
you know, you know what I mean? Like, you know, this man poured you a drink. He stirred up himself in the back with the fruits and the fucking, and you're like, well, he didn't bring it to me fast enough, so I'm gonna only give him 2%.
And it's crazy too, because something like you said with the AI shit, it's like, what is your fucking job? You're crunching numbers, but like, that shit is fake. That shit is fake. Like, you can't eat that money. If that money loses its value, if the world goes to shit, which I know, the world can't completely go to shit all the time. We've got all these systems that rely on each other. A lot of evil people. They're going to make sure, they're going to do what they got to do to make sure they get their bread. But like, your company, that company that you work for, decides it's clipped for you, there's still a nigga making pizza because people always need to eat.
And that's the first thing you're going to do when you lose that job too. You're going to go, damn, like, I lost my job. I'm stressed, but you know what? Let me just get this little C's, bro. Just regroup. Yeah. Let me get that 2 bro slice, you know, and think for a little bit. And then you're going to get a job next to that nigga, and then somebody's going to fucking yell at you about your drink, and then you're going to be like, damn, I should be getting paid more. You know, it was crazy too, because I remember there was a politician a while ago when the issue of what minimum wage should be was a little more hot button. And there's a politician saying that minimum wage, and I think he specifically mentioned like fast food jobs. And he said, you know, that those jobs are not designed for adults. Those are jobs designed for kids who are living with their parents to like have a little spending money while they're in college. And it's like, well, what if this kid just wants to fucking run an Arby's, bro? Like, what if this 16-year-old just said, you know what? I got the meats and I love it here. He should be able to get an apartment by himself because he's got the meats.
Yeah. He's serving it up. All the curly fries. Exactly.
You know, we get so comfortable with like the fact that like drive-thrus are everywhere and food is everywhere, and that we don't, like, there's so many apps that like, I understand there's like some apps and some coding shits that like, you know, like Uber is amazing service. You know, we don't want that to go anywhere. We don't want Google to go anywhere. But like, do niggas really need the Fetch app? You know what the Fetch app is.
Right. I use Fetch, but it's like you said, it's all like just constant advertising and monetizing of attention. I'm down with Fetch too.
You got to put like, I put 100 receipts in that shit. I still have not gotten any.
Same, bro. Anything back. I still use it from like, I'll get the warning. It's like, you don't use your points in 60 days, they're going to expire. I'm like, all right, I'll snap one receipt. And then I'll go a couple weeks where I'm like on it, and then I fucking forget. But yo, you mentioned Arby's. I have a ridiculous Arby's story. Such a stupid Arby's story. I've had Arby's one time in my life. I was going to visit the school I ended up going to. I'm pretty sure I went with both of my parents, one of my friends from school, because we were going to the same school. We were thinking about going to the same school. And probably one of my siblings. And we stopped at an Arby's on the way. I don't think any of us had Arby's or really familiar with the menu. At the time, though, I was a vegetarian. And Arby's had some kind of special going on where you get like 5 different things for a certain amount of money or whatever. So I was like, the only shit I can eat from here is the fries. So let me get whatever orders of that. And then for some fucking reason, everyone else that I came with, like my parents, my brother, my friend, all decided they were going to do the same thing. So we made these poor Arby's people serve up like fucking 30 things of fucking fries, of like curly fries or waffle fries. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? I feel bad.
And the niggas handling that hot grease should be getting paid $26 an hour.
They fucking should be.
Or whatever the state minimum it is for you to have a 1-bedroom apartment. Not studio, not basement studio.
Not a basement fucking studio, bro. Like.
Also, I feel like, you know what's crazy? Before we get out of here, why is the studio apartment not in vogue right now? Like, niggas skipped over the studio apartment and went straight to container homes and tiny homes. Like, why is like, niggas will flame the basement, but if you live in a shipping container, you valid.
Yeah,
you're
fire. That's fire.
Shipping container, no insulation. Refrigerator on top of your bed, but the basement apartment that's fucking 900 square feet. You're lame for that. I don't understand.
Out of the question.
I gotta post a TikTok about that. I gotta ask the people because
yeah, it's crazy. It's like you'll have 25 square feet of space in your little shipping container for you and your 3 children that you decided you want to take across the country forever, and like you don't want to live in a studio with the 3 kids on Staten Island in the basement. Why are you shitting on that? I mean, that sounds like an awful setup. I'm not gonna lie. But
we
you did that shit to yourself.
I might get in a basement apartment and be a basement apartment influencer. You know what I mean? Like a van life influencer. Yeah. But basement life.
Yo, show niggas how to get it. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the basement. That's some real New York type shit, you know? And honestly, yeah, that's a culture the rest of the fucking world wants. You know, that's what niggas be dick riding. So I think that might be a good opportunity for the both of us, because I'm gonna need to do the same thing living with my fucking parents. I was looking at apartments the other day, and they were so expensive that I said, you know what? I'm going to just search the most expensive condos and look at those instead. Might as well, because I can't afford the other shit. And I found a place that was $55,000 a month for rent, which was like, and I came up with some scenarios of which that would make sense, like with certain people living in certain places for a certain number of time. You know, I'm sure they do shorter leases, because $55,000 a month in New York City for like that sounds crazy. That sounds like a terrible.
You ready to cry, bro? You ready to cry?
Yeah. I'm ready.
I seen a YouTuber, 19-year-old Asian girl. She said, "Come with me on my apartment tour of my $8,000 a month New York City apartment." $8,000. It was okay. Fly apartment for sure. Nowhere near worth $8,000.
How big was it?
Fuck. I gotta send you the video. I'm pretty sure it was like, I want to say it was a 2-bedroom, floor to ceiling windows.
Wow.
And the ceilings were pretty. The ceilings were pretty high. But I mean, it's Fly. I would have paid $3,000, 3-4. But right. Like that same apartment here would probably be like 4. Here in Michigan would be 4.
Yeah.
And no one would live in that motherfucker. Because who is affording that?
Yo, man, the way they do their listings too, the requirements for renting is crazy. Like I saw this one spot. It was like a normal price spot. I forget how much it was, but it was something like normal, not one of these ridiculous condos. But in the listing, it said you got to make like 40 times the rent. And I'm like, yo, that just sounds so out of fucking pocket, bro. 40 times the rent. Niggas be struggling to pay rent. I need to make 40 times that.
And that's a really unique. I don't know if that's unique to New York. Unique New York. But yeah, everywhere else they'll tell you 3 times the rent or like 2.5. But New York goes by the year. But New York goes by the year though. So everywhere else it's 2.5 times the monthly rent, but in New York they do it for the year, which I think means they want to see that you have a year, like they want to see a W-2 instead of a pay stub.
Yeah. They want to see
to make sure you can afford that shit for the whole extension of the lease.
Time. Yeah. They want to know you make $100K a year.
But you know what that probably is? That's probably because New York has I think New York still has like crazy squatters' rights. So like
Right.
If you don't, if they're like, oh, I can afford it, and then the second you can't, you're still there for 6 months.
You're good for another, half a year.
But yeah, so everybody in New York, stop paying your rent.
Yeah.
Squat for a little bit. Let's go a little. Why hasn't that happened? A little rent strike. Just everybody stops paying rent. Like, what's Eric Adams gonna do? Get cops to beat the shit out of all y'all? There's 12 million people in that tiny little island. Like,
there's more of us than there are them.
Bug's life, baby. Yeah. But I'll end on that militant note. Subscribe. We drop episodes every Thursday. Forgot to mention, next Tuesday when we record, I will be on vacation. I'll be exploring the upper peninsula of the mitten that is Detroit, or that is Michigan. It's apparently like if you drive 4 hours north, it's like nature and beaches and sand dunes and all. It's a total different world, according to.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, going on a special trip with a special lady. So yeah, we will not be recording next Tuesday unless you want to do a solo episode. Or you want to bring on a guest.
Okay, you know what? We'll talk about this. This is gonna be cool. I don't know.
Yeah, just for continuity, throw something new in there.
Yeah. We might have to. We've had a lot of changes, a lot of we making it work, man. We making it work.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and you want to be a guest or take my place, reach out. Let us know. If you got this far in the pod, you love us, so you might as well hop on. I know we have a couple people who've been pretty well, a few hundred people that have been pretty religiously tapping in every week. So if any one of y'all wants to be here, wants to be in my chair, not physically, because get out of my house, but let me know. But yeah, follow me at thin.cruel.lips on TikTok and Instagram. Follow the pod at National Meat Treasure on TikTok and Instagram, and at NMT Pod on Facebook. Also, I know I always plug that I want the Facebook pod to grow, but if you personally have a personal Facebook that you are still using, Facebook is paying a fuckload. All you have to do is use it a lot. One of my homegirls posted 3 selfies and made $17. She is, I know.
Wait the fuck a minute. We needed to lead with this. We gotta talk after the pod. You gotta explain this shit to me, my nigga.
She doesn't even know how she got monetized. She's just been trying to get me to follow her on Facebook for like a damn near a year at this point. I think she has like 8,000 followers. I don't know. She has some like reason she uses Facebook that like is like, oh, I was using it to connect to XYZ type of individual. So, but yeah, then they reached out to her without her even trying, saying, hey, you're monetized. She was like, cool. Post 3 selfies, 25 likes a piece, not even anything crazy. They gave her $17. My other friend knows somebody who's making 3 bands a month off Facebook. So if you have a personal Facebook and you want to, look it up. Look it up. I just put you on game. Maybe you won't have the rent strike. Maybe you might be getting $8,000 a month to pay for a massive New York apartment. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and follow me at Saint Thriller on Instagram, Threads, X. Don't follow me on X. Fuck X. RIP Twitter. But Twitter died a long time ago. Yeah, so follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Follow at 303BAM. New stuff on the way. I know I always say that, but we always have new stuff on the way. And me and my bro Dave Noodles are starting an internet radio show called Type 88 Radio. It's going to be exclusive, underground, independent artists. Be on the lookout for that. That's all I have for the evening, for this week, on the National Meat Treasure podcast.
Later.